Welcome back to Theme Park Wizard. I want to talk about a new theme park. That's right, a new Disney theme park that was announced just yesterday on an earnings call, and it's in a part of the country that people maybe wouldn't expect, a part of the world that people maybe didn't expect. Disney announced a new theme park in Abu Dhabi on Yas Island. Um, there. It's going to be part of a group of other theme parks. There's Ferrari World, SeaWorld, and Warner Brothers park in there. All of them are indoors for the most part, except for their coasters that come outdoors. But the majority of the parks are inside there. And this Disney park, Josh tomorrow stated this will be a hybrid park, half indoor and half outdoor. So that'll be very interesting because it is very hot over there. Um, it is a desert, so that's why most of the parks are indoors over there and get very hot, well over 100 degrees, quite often. But also in the wintertime, it can get quite cool. So about 60, or not cool, but temperate, about 64 degrees. So it's actually not too terrible in the wintertime, but it can be kind of brutal in the summertime. In this video, I wanted to give you my thoughts and obviously show you some of the concept art. Concept art is very vague. Obviously, it's just a one piece just to show you what um like the size of the park and what it kind of could look like. There's a very unusual castle there. It's like a crystallized castle. You can see there. Very cool. One thing, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, the whole area is on my bucket list eventually, simply because I want to see the architecture there. I want to go visit the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world, soon to be second tallest building in the world. But yeah, they have some amazing fireworks shows up there, and stuff. So it's definitely on my bucket list. But it is very concerning for a lot of people to that area because of a couple things, and that is the human rights concerns and the the LGBTQ representation that is against the law over there. So it's a very questionable decision for American audiences, and I guess most audiences around the world. People are wondering why they chose that area and why it kind of goes against the inclusion key, that fifth key they introduced, that inclusion key. So that is a questionable choice, but I'll tell you why they did it. It's because of the money situation. It's basically a free theme park for them, and let me tell you how. This deal they made is basically something similar or exact same as the Tokyo Disney Sea Parks with OLC, Oriental Land Company, operates and manages the park, and they build new stuff, and they pay for the R&D, research and development of new attractions, and they pay for the construction of the theme park itself. Mural, which is built in, they built and operate the other theme parks there for our world, SeaWorld and Warner Brothers World. They are building this one, so they're going to build this Disney park and operate this Disney park, and again, upfront the bill for research and development of new attractions. So that's why Disney is doing this, because they're getting a whole big bunch of money. It's basically a licensing deal for them, just like at Tokyo Disney Sea. So the Disney won't have any ownership stake in this park like they do with the China parks, or they won't have full ownership like with the American parks or the Paris park. So that is why they're doing this. Definitely, they definitely need a cash infusion, right? They just paid a lot of money for Hulu. They paid what 8 billion, at least $8 billion to Universal Comcast for Hulu, and they have some $60 billion turbocharged operating expense they plan here in the States. So Disney's like, man, where can we open our brand new theme park and get a nice infusion of cash? And so they chose Abu Dhabi as that because of this partnership deal. Now, according to Forbes article, they said this park can open by 2030. It's aiming to open by 2030. Again, 5 years. But then Bob Iger made a statement that it could take that long or a little bit longer. So at least by 2030, at least. Now keep in mind, new Universal Park opens in 2031 at Universal UK, and that one Universal owns at least partially. They might own fully, but I think Universal owns most of. I think except for Singapore, which Genting owns and operates because it's part of that Resorts World development. I think Universal owns and operates the rest of their international parks, unlike Disney, which is another interesting difference between the two. But yeah, so this one will open up in the 2030s. They open up on Yas Island, and yeah, a lot of Disney's, at least in the American audience, well, probably worldwide as well, uh, falls in, or the community, the LGBT community, um, is they're big Disney fans. Because Disney is for, at least according to Walt, Disney is for everyone, right? So that's why a lot of people are uncomfortable going to Yas Island or Abu Dhabi because it is illegal um, to be that over there. Um, and it's a very valid concern. Now, I looked up at least the company Mural, and they look like they, based on all accounts, there's no investigation of them doing anything, treating their customers or employees under harsh working conditions, um, which is fantastic. Hopefully that's true, and hopefully that continues like that. Again, doesn't mean that other companies in the country don't have harsh working conditions, but also China also has harsh working conditions as well. They work for like $2 a day over there at some places in China. So, you know, and Disney has two parks there. So, and also China isn't so welcoming what not just the LGBT community, but like for me, I know they can be a little bit. Um, um, I'm a different person to them because I'm a different skin color, and they may be a little. Uh, how do I say it? They may be a little, you know, they may not like that, or they may be a little kind of weirded out by that. So China also has its definite problems, but again, Disney has two Disney parks over there, or two parks over there, as well as a Universal Park over there. So, and don't forget, Universal and Disney were originally going to open in Dubai, like in 2008. Universal Studios Dubai was officially canceled in 2016. They actually built the archway to the entrance to that resort, and that's all they built because then the Great Recession, economic downturns happened. So a lot of parks, Legoland, which I think Legoland actually, I think that one actually went through, but a lot of parks had plans. Basically all the major theme park companies had plans to build in the Middle East. Even Six Flags is building a Qadiyah theme park that's going to open up this year with the world's tallest and fastest roller coaster, Falcon's Flight. So basically, people have a lot of concerns. Totally get it, but we'll have to understand. Yeah, these are all businesses, and then they really don't care about us. I mean, they say they do, but think about it. All these nights, like the Pride Night and celebrate soulfully for Black History Month, um, they do it because they know people of those groups will come, spend money, and increase their attendance. If they had celebrate soulfully, let's say it's for Black History Month, and no one came, and no one cared, or they had Pride Night and Pride Night wasn't selling out, I don't know if there'll be another Pride Night or another Celebrate Soulfully, because, or they might recognize Black History Month, but they might not put any effort to do anything for it, because in the end of the day, they don't they really don't care about us too much. They care about the customer a little bit, but not, at least this is my belief. They don't care about the customer too much. They just care about us a little bit, and we'll do whatever we pay for. So Universal does not have a Black History Month. They do have a Pride Night though, but it's I believe it's run by a third party third party organizer. But they do have that in every June. They don't have anything for Black History Month, or anything like that. So yeah, just my 2 cents on it. But very curious. We don't know what types of rides or attractions will be here, and that's another point I wanted to do, because the research and development will be paid for by Mural, just like in Tokyo Disney Sea. Hopefully, we don't even have to go to Yas Island to go to this park, because maybe 5 to 10 years after this is built, we get some of those rides imported over here because the research and development is already done and paid for. Like Tron at Shanghai Disney. I don't have to fly to Shanghai Disney. When I saw that open in 2016, I was like, my goodness, that's such a beautiful, beautiful coaster. I want that here. And yeah, I don't have to fly to Shanghai to go to it. Now I can go right over to the Magic Kingdom. Sure, it took a long time. There was a pandemic in there, but you get the point. Some of these cool new rides, and like Avatar's rumored, and very, very strongly rumored based on the concept art, to use the um, the what do you call it, Shanghai Pirates boat system. So again, soon I won't even have to go to Shanghai to ride the Pirates of the Caribbean over there because I'll have the same exact ride system for Avatar right here in my backyard at California Adventure when and if Avatar finally gets under the ground. Hopefully that'll open by 2030 as well. But yeah, so that could be a plus um, to this, especially again to us American audiences who may not want to go over there for various reasons. Again, like I said, it's on my bucket list, but I'm not going to get there. Certainly not going to be there for opening year or even first 5 years because this is a long plane flight. That's one thing I don't like, long plane flights. I mean, I'll go to the UK for Universal because that's like what, 9 hours, but that's like barely like anything double like Abu Dhabi. That'll be double digit plane flight hours from Los Angeles. So that is a lot. Japan, it's another bucket list item. I'll probably make it to Japan before I make. I'll definitely make it to Japan before I make it to the Middle East, and that's another double digit uh, plane flight hour. I think Japan's at least 10 hours. I'm not sure, but yeah. So hopefully, we get there's some really cool rides in development over there. Hopefully, and hopefully we get some of those ride systems. Not even maybe not an exact clone, but some of those ride systems over here. And speaking again of another example, the Avengers e-ticket looks like to be an exact clone of the ride system of the Peter Pan in Japan. Now, I think that is one of the weaker ride systems in Japan, but we'll see. Again, I can't really judge it till I've been on it. So when Avengers Infinity Defense finally opens, I'll go judge it for myself. But there could be some positives for sure to take from this. Also, another positive is Disney is getting a massive cash flow and cash infusion from this deal. So hopefully they'll put that money back into the domestic parks and refix some areas there. One last negative could be as the Imagineering workforce, right? A lot of the Imagineering workforce may be part of those groups that are not very well liked in the Middle East. So they may feel uncomfortable working on this project and they may quit or they may refuse to work on it. Or just based on a pure operations standpoint, I guess, a lot of the workforce, a majority of the workforce is designing this brand new theme park. Hopefully there's enough projects or Imagineers to work on the promised $60 billion in investments here in the States. I'm sure there will be because Disney will just hire more people. But still, I do hope things like they don't have dates like Avatar and stuff won't get pushed back a little bit because some Imagineers got rescheduled or removed to this new park. Also, I do hope that the new Imagineers, let's say they hire some people on, I hope we don't get stuck with the new guys, right? I mean, no knock on the new guys, but I do hope we get people with experience. At least one person is on the team with experience, Imagineering experience, to design good quality lands and attractions here in the United States instead of the Middle East. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, become a member for help support the channel. If you want to help support the channel, you can also leave super thanks down below. I'll be live at Universal this weekend. I'll also be live at Disneyland for the 70th anniversary next Friday when it starts. I'm very excited for that, so make sure to subscribe. Can't wait to see Paint the Night. And as always, have a fantastic or magical day.